It's 8 questions on Semordnilaps, words that spell a different word forward and backwards, such as faced and decaf. Let's see if you can figure out all 8. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be? And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks so much for checking out this pop culture trivia show. I understand we had a special guest yesterday. His name is Donkey, and he was from the Shrek movies, and he ripped up a bunch of my wrestling action figures. So that was a real dick move, Donkey. Real dick move. But thanks for stopping by, and thanks to you for listening to that very strange episode of the show. I'm so glad you decided to check it out once again. And if you want to see new episodes of this show every single day, just hit subscribe on your device and you'll get them sent to your phone or your computer or your iPod if you still do that thing. Do they still support that? iPod, iTunes listening? Podcast listening on your iPod. I hope so, because people still have them, I'm sure. I know it doesn't work on a Zune, and my Zune will not even turn on anymore at this point. It's been 13 years since the Zune came out, and no luck for me. I don't think they're supporting the Zune at Microsoft anymore, but I'll have to look into that. Today's episode is all about word games. It's like a word puzzle-y kind of a thing. It's from this book that I talked about a couple episodes ago called 399 Games, Puzzles, and Trivia Challenges, specially designed to keep your brain young. And this one is called, it says it helps you with executive functioning, and it's all the answers in this game are Semordnilaps. Semordnilaps. Words that spell a different word forward and backwards, such as faced and decaf. So I'll give you 2 clues, and then you have to try and figure out those 2 words that spell 2 different words, forwards and backwards. If you want some customization on this show, maybe you're like, let's get some topics that I really, really love so I can play along with stuff that I dig. You can go to patreon.com/triviawithbuds and donate $5 or more to get on board with that. At the $5 level, you get to pick a topic we do every single month right here on the podcast. And I just made a big Patreon subscriber topic spreadsheet over on Google Sheets and shared that with the people who are at that tier. And they can put in their picks for February, March, and April at this point, and I'll kind of keep it 3 months at a time so it doesn't get super, super filled up. But you can go in there, you can type in the topic you want to do, and then I'll just reference that and strike out the topics as I record them. Here's some good ones that have been picked so far. Alex DeSmet wants Super Bowl halftime shows. I've never done that before. That's a perfect one. Douglas French wants rappers' real names. That's a fun one. I did that at a live night years ago. TV show schools like Bayside High and 7 Wonders of the World. So he picked 3 topics for February, March, and April. Those are great ones, Doug. Greg Hines wants The Real Ghostbusters, the cartoon so far. Jen Wojner wants Groot and Disney Sidekicks, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Grease 2. Very specific with the Grease 2 pick. Jess Whitener wants Powerpuff Girls and March Celebrity Birthdays. Laura Ward wants Futurama. Luke McKay wants George Costanza and Scott Pilgrim, and Sarah McKevitz wants Wizard of Oz. So those are just a few of the picks so far in months to come, and more than half of the people still need to fill in the chart. And if you want to start filling in the chart, you want to be part of what we do here on the Patreon page and the podcast, go to patreon.com/triviawithbuds and see what it's all about. Donate $1 or even $50. If you're a trivia host yourself and you need some content, I'll send you all of the slides and questions that I use every single month as a zip file, and you can go to town using those as you wish. All right, guys, we're going to jump into these 8 quick questions on Semordnilaps and see how many of these backwards and forwards words you can figure out. Here we go. All right, Semordnilaps. Question number 1, forward, it describes the movement of water, like a river, and backward, it's the largest member of the dog family. What are those 2 words? Number 1, forward, it describes the movement of water, like a river, and backward, it is the largest member of the dog family. Number 1. Question number 2, forward, they're cartographical charts. Backwards, it's unwanted email. Number 2, forward, they're cartographical charts. And backward, it's unwanted email. What are those 2 words? Number 2. Number 3, forward, it's a slightly naughty term for buttocks. And backwards, it means to rebuff or ignore another person. Number 3, forward, it's a slightly naughty term for buttocks. And backward, it means to rebuff or ignore another person. Number 4, halfway through this quiz, forward, it's the dried grass used in primitive roofs or for animal feed. And backward, it means small benign growths on the skin caused by a virus, not by toads. Number 4, forward, it's the dried grass used in primitive roofs for animal feed. And backward, it means small benign growths on the skin caused by a virus, not by toads. Number 5, forward, it's a main feature of a bureau. Backwards, it's a sum of money offered for information that helps solve a crime. Number 5, forward, it's the main feature of a bureau. And backward, it's a sum of money offered for information that helps solve a crime. Number 6, forward, it's the absorbent sheet a baby wears. Backwards, it means to have settled a loan. Backward, it means to have settled a loan. Forwards, it's the absorbent sheet a baby wears. Number 6. Number 7, forward, it's the collective term for cakes, pies, and ice cream. Backward, it's how you feel if you're in the state of mental or emotional strain or tension. Number 7, forwards, it's the collective term for cakes, pies, and ice cream. Backward, it's how you feel if you're in a state of mental or emotional strain or tension. And number 8, forward, it means to bring letter or package to the proper recipient. And backward, it means hated or despised. Number 8, forward, it means to bring a letter or package to the proper recipient. And backward, it means hated or despised. All right, executive functioning. That's what that's supposed to help your brain with. Let's see how many of these backwards and forwards words you got right in just a second. All right, here we go. These were the backwards and forwards clues, and you got to figure them out. Number 1, forward, it describes the movement of water like a river, and backward, it's the largest member of the dog family. That was, of course, Flo and Wolf. Flo and Wolf. Number 2, forward, there are cartographical charts. Backwards, it's unwanted email. We had maps and spam. Maps and spam. Number 3, forward, it's a slightly naughty term for buttocks. Backward, it means to rebuff or ignore another person. Buns and snub. Buns. I love when people refer to butt as buns. Number 4, forward, it's the dried grass used in primitive roofs or for animal feed. Backwards, it means small benign growths on the skin caused by a virus, not by toads. Straw and warts. Straw and warts. Number 5, forward, it's a main feature of a bureau. Backwards, it's a sum of money offered for information that helps solve a crime. Those two words were drawer and reward. That's a weird one I never knew was the same forwards and backwards. Drawer and reward. Number 6, forward, it's the absorbent sheet a baby wears. Backwards, it is to have settled a loan. Diaper and repaid. Diaper and repaid. Number 7, forward, it's the collective term for cakes, pies, and ice cream. Backwards, it's how you'd feel if you were in a state of mental or emotional strain or tension. Desserts and stressed. Desserts and stressed. And number 8, forward, it means to bring a letter or package to the proper recipient. Backwards, it means hated or despised. Deliver and reviled. Deliver and reviled. Those were your questions and answers for today. I hope you nailed them. I hope you feel smarter after getting most of those questions correct. Those are kind of wordy and a little bit tougher. So if you got all 8 of those, give yourself a nice high five, self-high five, like my friend DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, would do. That was today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Again, if you want to add to our topics that we do every single month here, donate $5 or more over on patreon.com/triviawithbuds. Make this show your own. That would be very, very cool of you. And just go to triviawithbuds.com if you have any upcoming events, or you want to come play trivia with me, or you want to see what's going on in the world of pop culture. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.